You should say this money while they pursue. I never run past.
Because it's actually the truth. I don't know.
I swear, you just they run. Where are you? I feel like most times we need to stop and tell people, where are you going? Why are you running? Why are you running?
Quarter life crisis.
When did you realize you were burning out? Was there a specific moment?
I think the first few months after I started my work, I just realized I was extremely exhausted. And not like physical exhaustion. It's just like when you know you are tired and you're just. I think also the thing about burnout, especially when it comes to work, is that we live in a culture where they spend so much time telling you about, pursuing your goals, hustle. And then, let's say you're praying for something, you're praying for a job or whatever, then it comes, like that dream comes to reality. And then the first few months in and you're already experiencing burnout, you begin to like judge yourself. Oh, maybe there's something wrong with you. Something like that. So and you should be grateful. Yeah, you should be happy. Why are you complaining? Why are you sad about the whole thing?
Why do you think Nigerians would carry overworking on their head? Why do you think they wear it as a badge of honor?
Because sadly, it's our reality. It's what we know. I don't think we know any other alternative. I think it's what our parents, it's the example our parents showed us. And then we have carried it on. I don't know. I don't. Even the previous generation, I think Nigeria is a country that makes it because sadly the government is not there really. It's inefficient in a way. So it's a country where citizens have to then hustle. Like it's just you have to do even the most basic things that you expect that in any working country the government will do for you. So the roads are not good. So if it's wait for the government, the community comes together, they fix it. Transformer bonds, they fix it. These are things that it's rare, like it's not even done in other countries. And so I guess that hustling, that constant, I have to work and make it. It's just so ingrained in our DNA.
Why do you think people glorify being busy so much that there's this constant competition?
So are busy.
So are busy themselves. Like if you are not busy, you are useless.
I think I don't even know. I think you've said it. I think it's just that need to like belong. To not feel like you're not doing anything. And also I think it's also a corporate strategy of some sort. Because you have to constantly be busy, or at least seem busy, if you're going to be recognized in a corporate space.
Sure.
So even when you don't have something to do, you have to act as if you...
Yeah, you have to fake being busy.
So but that aside, I also think people generally just, I don't know, I feel like when you call someone and they're like, oh, I'm so busy, I have this, I don't know, maybe it gives them, they feel like they have earned one badge of honor for being the busiest in the room. I don't know. But yeah, but me, I know I use that corporate strategy, Sha. I've spilled my secrets.
How has the hustle culture affected your relationship, personal, romantic, and your life in general?
I mean, it has affected it in many ways. Now I have less time. But I think the good thing about it, I think it has been made my personal life in a way better and worse also. But better in the sense that I now have more value for time. I don't know, time is this very... You go to work Monday to Friday, you come back, you sleep. The next thing is Monday again. So that makes you like value time. So when you're with the people that matter, you just want to utilize it as much as possible.
Yeah.
But it has also obviously it has also ruined my romantic life in a way, because now my Saturday and Sundays are now basically for sleep. Most times, unless somebody has to drag me out of the house, but most times, the time that I would maybe have to set up, meetings, meet someone, all of that, I now have less time. I guess I've affected it in that way. And you're now so tired. Like you feel like you invest so much in work and then you have so little to then spend.
Resting
or in other aspects of your life, like going out, like meeting people and all of that.
Yeah.
Nowadays I now turn down plans because I want to sleep.
And that's quite sad. You have just 2 weekends to yourself. One, you want to use it to rest. The rest, the second one, you want to use it to go to church.
Yeah.
Then before you know, it's Monday again.
We should use this as an avenue to advocate for
3-day
weekend.
Do you think social media adds to the perspective that you need to look productive? If not, you're not working.
Yes.
How?
Completely agree. Because nowadays, I mean, the world has gone. Social media has affected so much. I don't think we even realize how much social media has affected. So, like, maybe, I think in the future there will be many research on it. But I don't think we realize just how deep the impact is. I feel like, yeah, social media has affected that. Has affected how, this idea that we have to, obviously, because nowadays someone like you create content and your life is somehow out there for people. So there's a sense in which you obviously want to create this image of yourself as somebody who's also hardworking.
Yeah.
You have to put it out there somehow. And you just have to let people know that you're doing something.
That you're working and you're working hard.
And you are working hard. So obviously you're in the office, you snap pictures and you post online so that people will see, oh, I'm at work.
Especially on LinkedIn where the pressure is real.
Especially on LinkedIn.
Then you need to say, I'm happy to announce.
I'm happy to announce that today I completed this. And you are there, you're looking at yourself, what am I doing?
What am I doing with my life?
What am I doing? So it's like, yeah, social media obviously plays a very massive role in that as well. So one thing my boss told me is that I remember that was one of my first meetings, review meeting, and I was bashed so bad. And he told me, Emmanuel, even when you're not doing something, you have to emphasize what you're doing, even if it's the little things I think you're not doing. Announce it, make it be in people's faces about it. So yeah, that's the sad reality of. It's like we're in a movie.
What would you say to Nigerian employers who might not understand the importance of work-life balance?
I think what they don't understand is that a happy staff is more likely to give them their best. When somebody is burnt out and just emotionally and mentally exhausted, I don't think it's good for your business. Because I feel like the only way we can speak to Nigerian employers in terms of numbers, what do they gain, right? From what can they benefit from the whole thing? So you're not just going to tell them work-life balance so that your staff will be happy and you can go and see their family and be recharged. But it also translates to more productivity, which will then translate into numbers and all of that. Because when there's work-life balance, people are less likely to burn out. If they are less likely to burn out, they are more likely to give you their best.
How do you personally define rest?
This is rest. Yeah, rest is when I have nothing else on my mind. Rest is when I am present. I think that's rest. Rest is when I just, I'm still, I just don't have any care. I'm not worried about anything in the world. I'm just here in this moment. I think that's rest. Because you can have time, you can not be doing anything, but you are not restful because you're thinking about a lot. But rest is when you're just in a moment and you just know that nothing else is really occupying your mind and that you are just very present. I think that's what rest is for me, Sha.
So, if you could redefine rest in the Nigerian culture, how would you define it? What would it mean?
First of all, I don't think Nigerians know what rest means. I don't think Nigerians rest enough. I feel like that's why people are just falling and slumping and dying anyhow. Because I don't think Nigerians know what it means to rest. Let's start with that. I think a typical Nigerian person goes on leave, for instance. And instead of them to rest, you see a civil servant, they're like, oh, I'm on leave. But are they really resting with that leave? No. They're going to go and focus on their side hustle and put more time there. So they're not really resting. But meanwhile, in, let's say, cultures like, say, European culture, I think America does this busy thing as well. But European culture, for instance, I think one thing my dad told me, because my dad usually travels, so a white man would go on his leave, and this is true. They will switch off their work lines. They're not answering anybody. They're just, if they are traveling, and for that period that they are taking as their leave, there's nothing work-related interfering, right? That's rest for the European. In Nigeria, I don't know, we don't have that, and I don't know. I would just say to redefine it, I would say I think people should take enough time to sleep and to stop. I don't know. We are constantly pursuing something in this country, and sometimes we don't even know what we are pursuing.
Just the run.
Just the run, they go. Just the run, they go. I just saw someone's status before we came here now. Peace.
Yeah.
She was like, she posted something. I'm still planning to ask her who her wheat plug is, because I need some. But she was like, you should take this money while they pursue. I never run past.
Because it's actually the truth. I don't know.
I swear, just they run. Where are you? I feel like most times we need to stop and tell people, where are you going?
Why are you running?
Why are you running? So I think that's the thing. Like, people need to realize that if you say, okay, I'm going to take 2 hours and rest, and I think I'm also guilty of that, because I feel like sometimes when you're resting, you have this guilt as though you should be doing this.
Yeah.
I feel like that 2 hours that you're resting, trust me, most of the time nothing will spoil.
Yeah.
You will just sleep and wake up and continue and still keep living your life.
And if it spoils, then you fix it.
Right.
Yeah.
Because even if you weren't resting there, something will still spoil and you still have to fix it. So I'll just say when Nigerians decide, okay, it may not be for 1 month at a stretch, because we live in an economy that does not allow you to do that. But when you decide, if it's 2 hours a day, or if it's 2 hours in the middle of the day, you say, okay, I want to sleep and I want to rest and I want to have nothing else on my mind, I think you should try. Yeah, that's really how I would define it to Nigerians, because most Nigerians don't really know how to rest.
Yeah. And then, this leave issue of a day, when you go for leave and then you come back and everybody's calling, oh, what did you use the leave to do? Nothing, I was just at my house.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, you didn't go out? Like, rest is meant to be rest.
Yeah.
Me going for leave does not mean that I have to party all through the days of the leave. I am going for leave to rest.
Yeah.
And that's what rest is meant to be. Just switch off. What is one small change that Nigerians could do to prioritize balance over burnout?
Balance over what?
Burnout.
I think I can link it to what we discussed the last time. To rest when it's time to rest. And then to spend time. I think there's also something in the process of resting. I think, like I said, what I'm doing now, I feel like it's resting because I'm hanging out with a friend and we're doing something fun and exciting. It's rest to me, right? I'm not thinking of any other thing. I feel like I'm present here. And so in that sense, I guess also spending time with the people you love.
Yeah, in a way, it's kind of
resting. I think it nourishes one's spirit in a way that we can't really quantify.
If this is what hard work is supposed to feel like, then maybe it's time we redefine what it really means to hustle. If today's episode made you feel seen, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone who needs it too. And make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you don't miss the next one. I'm Yemi, my lover, and this is Quarter Life Crisis.
Huh? Yes, so for what?
What was inside?
Nectar.